In this video, let's talk about 5 of the most common lies about building muscle that's out there. Lie number 1, the more days you spend in the gym equals more muscle gain. Guys, this is the furthest thing from the truth. When it comes to weight training, there's essentially a cutoff where when you hit this cutoff of days a week, you're going to be getting diminishing returns. Anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week is the best for building muscle. I'd recommend 4 to 5, but when you get to 6 and 7, your workout is going to become more shit. You're going to be more fatigued, exhausted. You're going to be losing strength because of the muscles are always working every day and always lifting heavy. So you're always going to be fatigued. So your strength is going to go down, which means you're going to get less muscle growth. And number 2, you can also be susceptible to injuries more. The more you burn out your muscles without letting them recover, is the easier they are to injure. I know this because I spent the entirety of the first 6 months of this year with a shoulder injury. Okay, I was lifting heavy 6 days a week and I wasn't prioritizing my recovery. Before I knew it, slowly my shoulder started having these weird things. I had to go to physiotherapy for 6 months, and it's just something that could be avoided, guys. So don't train every single day in weight training. You can do recovery work, you can do cardio and things like that, but heavy weight training should not be done every day. 3 to 5 days a week. That's it. Line number 2, you can build muscle without eating more. Guys, this is for the skinnier guys, the lighter guys out there. There's so much advice on the internet saying that you can just build muscle by training and eating healthy. It doesn't work that way, guys. Especially you come from a skinnier frame. When you start with a skinnier frame and you're trying to get a bigger frame, you need to eat more to build noticeable muscle. Yes, in your first 3 to 6 months of training, when you have the newbie gain phase, you're going to see gains. Whether you're eating right or not eating right, eating more, it doesn't really matter at that time. But beyond then, your gains are going to significantly decrease. If we want to increase the size of our frame, we need to eat more food. No, this does not mean go eat McDonald's and pizza every day, but you need to eat a higher portion of food. If you're a skinnier guy and you're looking to get a bigger frame, you can't just work out and you're going to get a bigger frame. You need to eat the food. Like you're building a house, you need materials to build a house. In our body, if our body's our house, the food is the materials. You need the materials. Okay. So people will say, oh yeah, you can main gain or do a lean bulk, whatever way you want to hopscotch and jump around it. At the end of the day, it's a bulk. You want to call it a lean bulk or whatever bulk, it's a bulk. You need to eat in a slight calorie surplus. Okay, so at the end of the day, you want to be aiming anywhere from 400 to 500 calories above your maintenance calories. Okay, and that might have to be adjusted while you slowly gain size and gain muscle. You have to keep an account of what your maintenance is and make sure that you're always eating in that surplus until the time that you reach your goal, and then you can start cutting after. But guys, the idea of you're able to just go to the gym and lift and eat healthy to get bigger size, it doesn't work that way. That's not how the body works. The body needs food. The body needs material to build off of. That's what builds muscle. Line number 3, you could spot reduce fat for muscle. No, sir. Unfortunately, guys, it doesn't work this way. This is another lie when I was a beginner that I believed because I didn't know any better. Okay. Doing certain training for certain muscles isn't going to just define the muscles. Okay. So doing a plank for 2 minutes is not going to give you a 6-pack if you every day. Okay. Doing crunches every day or doing some 10-minute ab burner routine is not going to give you the 6-pack. This is not how it works. Yeah. The muscle definition that we aim for all comes from our leanness. When you're under 15% body fat is the best position to be in for leanness. Okay. So when you're 15% body fat and under, you're going to notice the most definition everywhere in your body. Under 15% body fat, if you're training properly, you should have defined abs. You should have more defined jawline. You should have your muscles popping out a little more than just being a part of the body. It's going to pop out more. Okay. And every percentage you go under 15, it's going to pop even more. Okay. So being defined is not about just sitting here and doing certain exercises for those things. Don't get me wrong. You need to do those exercises. You need to be doing ab leg raises or cable crunches or some form of crunch to grow the abdominal muscles. Yes, you're right. You need to be training your arms. You need to be training your chest. But at the end of the day, when you want them to pop, you're going to have to eat in a calorie deficit for a little bit until you cut to 15%. And then all you need to do from there is maintain 15 to 12%. You can go under 12% if you wish, but under 12% is going to be a lot more difficult to maintain. You're going to have to really have a very restrictive diet, which is okay. You can do that if you wish. It's very easy to maintain 12 to 15% body fat. I've been doing it now for the past year, It's literally just a matter of just keeping account of what you eat. Lie number 4, guys, is believing that supplements are the key to muscle growth. Guys, supplements account for about 5% our performance. Don't get me wrong, they're helpful. But supplements, you need to think of them as a tool in your arsenal. Supplements are just a tool in your arsenal to help you. 95% of your progress comes from your training, your diet, your recovery. 95% is that. Only a small portion, 5%, is supplements. I see beginners going into supplement stores so much, being like, okay, I'm just starting off in the gym, or my son's just starting off in the gym. He needs to know, what should I get? What should I get? Guys, especially when you start the supplements, man, they're really not going to do much for you. The supplements aren't a secret key. There's only 2 supplements that you actually need: creatine and protein. But even these are optional. But guys, don't let the supplement store guys go and sell you a bunch of supplements as a beginner, because guys, they're just trying to get your money. You don't need all that stuff. But yes, I believe protein and creatine will help. Okay, creatine helps by putting more water in your muscles, which, helps, basically improves, draws more water to the muscles, and increases the performance. It helps with recovery. And I find myself, I get like an extra 2 to 3 reps on top of what I would get if I didn't have the creatine. So yes, creatine can have a small boost to your workouts and recovery. So creatine is good, and protein is good to supplement. So it's not easy to get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So protein will just help you reach that just by having a shake, which is good. Anything else, guys, that people trying to sell you, don't buy it. You don't need anything. Okay, I changed my physique. I went from skinnier to jack physique. I didn't have anything but protein and creatine. That's the only things that I consume ever. Okay, so those are the only 2 things you need. Lie number 5, you need to consistently change your workouts. Guys, this lie that people think your muscles get bored and they need a new novel stimulus. Not true, guys. Not true. The only stimulus your muscle needs is progressive overload. That's it. You need to be you need to be repeating the same exercises over and over again. Okay. Pick a few exercises per every day, every muscle group, and you need to be sticking to those, improving at those. You need to be slowly adding weight. You need to be slowly adding a rep or 2, and slowly improving your form. That's all the muscles need to do to grow. You don't need to introduce a new exercise. You don't need to try out a new split, this and that. No, stick to what you're doing, stick to what works for you, and just keep doing it over and over again, making it a little more intense and a little more challenging every single week to 2 weeks. Okay. Try to add a rep, try to add 5 pounds, try to make it a little more controlled form. Okay. Little things like these is called progressive overload. That's all the muscle responds to. And on a side note, you need to be keeping an account of all your workouts. Okay, you can do this in a workout app. You can do this in ChatGPT. You could just literally bring a physical notebook to the gym if you want, if you're old school. It doesn't matter. The point is, every week you need to be like, okay, last week I hit this checkpoint. This week we're going to start from this checkpoint and try to hit the next checkpoint. Okay, so you need to slowly see, can I get my form better? Can I get stronger? Can I add a tiny bit more weight? Something to make it a little bit more difficult. You do that, guys, that's all you need to build muscle. Forget the rest. Thank you for watching this video, my friends. If you found any value in this video, I ask you to consider leaving a, if you have any questions, please comment. And if you can subscribe if you wish, I'd appreciate that. I have a lot of videos coming up. I make videos on how to get jacked and how to get your mindset right, especially as a man. I'm just here to help you to try to become the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching this video, guys.